Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So if you've been watching recently, I have been making this folio from my TimeTraveller's kit. And what I would like to do is come along today and just make a very simplistic journal to put into the folio. So all I've done, I've taken a sheet of the paper from the TimeTraveller's kit. And it's been printed onto sort of thicker paper, so like 200 GSM. And then on the back, I've just done a very simple collage, just using some book page and just, you know, a couple of pieces from the kit. So I just want to trim this up because, of course, you know, it's all still tatty and overhanging. So we'll just trim this down like this. Okie dokie. Oops. Like that. Oh, it's really, really, really warm up here. I'm kind of stifling. Very, very warm. Okay, so we just trim this down like that, and I'm just going to trim across the top slightly as well. Oh my goodness, not doing a very good job. Very, very wonky today. For me, I'm filming this on the same day as I filmed the other ones, so it's been a long filming day for me, so that's my excuse. And yeah, I'll just stick to that. Okay, right, so this is going to be my cover for my journal, and I'm just going to kind of fold that in like that. Okay, just squish that down, and then what I've done, I've just taken a selection of pages, and I've got here a bunch of food colour and coffee dyed pages, and they are going to just all go into here. So I need to just trim them down slightly because, as you can see, I mean, they were A4 pages as well, so now they're of course a little bit too big for the journal. So I'm just going to kind of go along and just very, very sloppily trim these down. Of course, this is not the way to do this at all. I'm going to end up with them looking a complete state, I think, but let's give it a try. Okay, so that's those, and then I might struggle to do the top that way because, yeah, I think it's going to be too thick. I'm not going to have the strength. Okay, to be honest, it might be okay even at that height. Oh, I'm just being lazy. Yeah, I'm just being lazy. Let's not leave it at that height. So again, just then trim across the top slightly. You know, not hugely, it doesn't need to come down hugely, but just enough so as it's, you know, neatly tucking into the cover, I guess. Oops. Okay. Like that. Okay, right. Yeah. Okay, so love how that looks. I might just put a couple of pages from the kit actually in there. Let me just see if I've got any. I've got a couple on like flimsier paper, but they're not coffee dyed, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world. I could always spray a bit of coffee on them quickly. So again, let's just take these down here across the edge. And just at the top. Let's just see. Might just take a little fraction off the bottom as well. I'm sorry, I've pulled in my ruffle now. Little fraction off the bottom, like that. Yeah, so I'm thinking I could probably just coffee spray the inside of this. So let's move this to one side, and I'm just going to just spray this with my coffee. Actually, I have got a whole jug beside me of coffee that I've been using to fill my spray bottle. So to be honest, I could just probably just actually get a paintbrush and, you know, paint this, to be honest. Yeah, that probably would be a more efficient way to do this, but never mind. Okay, just saturate it quite a bit and then, yeah, squish it together, and yeah. We've got that kind of like when you're a child and you make those butterflies, you know, with paints. Got that kind of effect going on. Right, let's just spread it out a bit. Oh my goodness. This is definitely a how not to video, so please don't pay any attention to my absolutely shoddy methods here. Okay, right. Finally grabbed in a paintbrush, gone with the sensible suggestion after all. Okay, right, so that's that one. Let me just grab in another one because I have got, you know, a couple here, like I say. So, which one? I think, yeah, I think maybe this one. So again, that's just, I'm going to just take it in like that actually, so I don't have to cut through where it says gardeners. So we'll just trim that down here. Okay. And just trim it a bit at the top. Or a lot at the top, as that seemed to be. Okay, and then just, I'm going to get the jug now. Because, yeah, I've given up being a really shoddy crafter and I need to be a bit more professional. So, yeah, let's just paint the coffee on this time. So, oh, I'm so sorry. I know I've said this for the last couple of videos, but honestly, I've been filming all day, so I'm getting scattier and lazier as the day goes by. So, yeah, you've got me now. Pretty scatty, pretty lazy. Yeah. Oh, dear. Not good, really. Not a good thing to be doing. Right, just go in here as well, just in case we want some on this side. Okay, right. Yeah. I mean, I want it nice and grungy, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest, how it looks. Okay, right, let's just put those to one side. I like to put them on top of my hot glue gun because I find that's quite a good way to dry just small things. Right, let me wipe my table down, and then whilst that's drying, we'll just make a couple of little bits to go into the journal because, of course, you know, I can't bind the journal yet until those pages are dry. So we might as well just utilise the time and just make a couple of things that are going to just slot into, you know, the inside of that journal. So just wipe my desk down. Okay, right. So I think what we'll do, we'll make some clusters. So let's just have a look and see what we've got that we can make some clusters with. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm not saying I want to make one with this, I probably don't, but let's just cut this out. So because this is going to be like a really super basic kind of journal, I'm not going to make the, you know, like elaborate pockets and tucks or anything like that. I just want to have very super simple, you know, pieces that are going to act as pockets and tucks, but they're going to just be like, you know, the most simple things, like just cutouts and things like that. So what we'll do, we'll make a couple of clusters from some of these little fussy cuts. Like that. Okay, and then should we do one of these numbers? I quite like those, and maybe that nice live for today. So let's just do this number. Honestly, I'm now just doing my world's worst thing by cutting out loads of circles. Like, what on earth? Oh my goodness, I do really just hate cutting out circles. They are just the worst, just the worst. Okay, nearly done. Oh, come on. That's that one. And then, oh, perhaps that, or actually perhaps the clock, perhaps just this small clock. Okay, it's no less of a circle, so I mean it's not really kind of going to make any difference with regards to the cutting action, is it? But never mind. So we'll just, yeah, we'll just take this clock. I haven't decided yet whether this journal is going to be like bound into the folio or whether like held in with maybe some elastic or something, or I mean, I haven't, you know, because obviously the journal's not been bound. I don't know whether it's going to even fit inside the folio because it might actually be too fat now. You know, the folio itself might be too fat to actually fit it in. So we'll have to kind of see how it's going to go. Right. So we have this. Let's just tear a little bit of background page from the kit as well. Oops, let's just get rid of a bit of that. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Don't you love these colours? They're really gorgeous, aren't they? They just look so pretty. Okay, and a bit of lace. So, yeah, just got this bit. Actually, what else have we got? We've got this one, this bit of lace that we kind of tore off when we were reinforcing the spine. I think this came off. So, oops, again, we can just use this, maybe like here. Okay. Yeah, and I'm just going to staple all of this together. So let me just grab my stapler. Like that. Okay, so that's one. I'm going to obviously ink all of these up in a minute as well. So yeah, they're not kind of done. They're not done, but they're just partially done. Okay. So let's have this one. And again, just with a bit of book page. I mean, the book page is always such a great base for anything, isn't it? You know, the book page always looks good. Okay, let's take this down a bit. Okie dokie. Like that. And again, let's just pull in that piece of lace that we kind of tore off, you know, of that other piece. So, I mean, it's great to be able to use up every single little bit of scrap, isn't it? You know, we hate, obviously, chucking things away and wasting stuff. So, yeah, this is great. Okay, let's just, again, staple that in like that. And then we will do one more with that number 3. Again, just tear this down. Okay, and the number 3, bit of book page there. And actually, I've just spotted over on the far side of my desk the, you know, this pattern paper. So I'm thinking maybe incorporate some of this on this one as well. So yeah, maybe do a bit of that going on there. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to staple that in like that, and then just tear this down. Okay. Oops. Probably should have really got the size of it right before stapling it, but never mind. Okay, so that looks really nice, doesn't it? Oh look, it says 3rd. How weird is that? That was not planned at all, but that just is very strange, isn't it? How it just now says 3rd. Yeah, not intentional. Okay, right, let's just have a little bit of lace as well. I'll just put the lace here, I think. So yeah. Okay, right. So just going to cut out another couple of bits from the kit that we can then just use as some pockets in the journal. Let me just see how my pages are doing, whether they're drying nicely on my glue gun. Yep. Okay, not too bad. So I'll just move them around a bit so that they're drying all over rather than just like in one place. So okay. And down there. It's so hot up here, I can't tell you. It's literally boiling. It's just like really muggy. It's not a hot sunny day, it's just a really muggy day. And yeah, I'm sweltering, absolutely sweltering. Okay, right, let's go for this. I'm mucking about now. Okay, right, let's pull in our walnut stain, because we're going for grungy, don't forget, on this journal. So we want everything really grungy looking. So again, just go for the grungy look here. So I'm grunging up the lace and everything. And then again on this one. Okay. Right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab in a little bit of hot glue. Oops, which means, of course, now my paper's not drying because it's now no longer on the glue gun. But, you know, needs must. We must glue these little bits together. Just so that they're nicely stuck down and, you know, not going to be falling apart, really. So, like that. And then the final one, again, just quickly, bit of glue there. And a bit of glue there. Okay, yep. Okay, looking good. Right. Like that, okay. And then, yeah, I love how they look. Now, I'm wondering if we could have some bling, because we've not used any bling in our folio yet, which actually I'm now thinking we must go back through the folio. It's not quite finished actually, but yeah, I wanted to come on and do the journal, but I'm thinking maybe we need to go back through the folio and bling it up, you know, because heaven forbid that we will not have bling in there. That would not be good. That would not be good at all. Right. Okay. Yeah, I love how that bling looks. It's just, oh. You know, you can't go wrong with bling, can you? It just always looks good. Right, so I've got this, which is like a pocket piece. So I'm just going to trim this down. This was one that I'd kind of prepped for the folio, haven't used. Probably should stitch it on the sewing machine. But yeah, because I had only glued this like in the middle section and then was gluing, you know, going to stitch it around the edge. And now, of course, I haven't. So it's not now properly formed. It's loose at the edges. Yeah, well, I might come back and do that. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, let's quickly pop the bling on these. Again, just had to move my papers. They'll never dry at this rate. I mean, really, I should just get my heat gun and you know, my heat tool and just actually dry them, to be honest. I'm just messing about and shouldn't keep moving the hot gun, and if I'm going to, I should just then, you know, bite the bullet and actually just dry the papers properly. But again, just being really super lazy and hoping that they're going to dry sufficiently, just resting on the gun, the glue gun. Okay, let's just trim that down. Right, okay. Oops, just going to glue it there as well, because, yeah, it just could do with a bit of glue there. Okay, looking good, looking good, looking good. Right, let's bring the journal back in. So the, you know, the potential journal. And then we'll see how we're going to be using this. So, yeah, I've got the pages here, which obviously I'm going to bind in a minute when the other ones have dried. And I've got this that I talked about just now. So I'm thinking, could we use this somewhere as a little pocket? Actually, it's going to even fit on here. Oh, look, it's even too short for those, would you believe? I've actually cut it down so much. It's even too short for this journal. Let me just move my camera slightly. Oh, honestly, what is going on? Oh, do you know, I'm now thinking maybe I won't bother with this. I'm going to put it to one side. I'm not going to commit one way or the other, but yeah, I'm thinking kind of maybe won't bother. So I'm going to ink up all around the cover on the outside and the inside. So we want it lovely and grungy because we're going for that grungy look. So yeah, okie dokie, like that, and along here, all around here, and then I'll just turn it over and we will just do the outside. So again, just go around it. I'm thinking actually, stop being lazy, because I'm going to go around all of this on the sewing machine anyway. So I was putting it off because I know that I've got different coloured thread in the sewing machine at the moment, and I thought, oh, I'm going to have to change the thread. And I mean, not that that takes 2 seconds, obviously, but you know, in my mind it was like an ordeal. So yeah, but no, I'm not going to be lazy because I want to go around the edge of this on the sewing machine. So okay, right, let's just bring this down. How are my papers doing, my pages? They're still not dry, would you believe? Oh gosh. Right, I'm going to go and stitch this, and then hopefully by the time that I finish, these might be dry. Okay, so this is my cover now, and obviously my pages, and I did stitch around this, so I'm going to stick this somewhere into the journal. I don't know whether I'm going to have it maybe on here, because I could kind of do it evenly spaced, if you see what I mean, so it's got a gap around the top and the bottom. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. So let's just quickly glue that down. Again, I'm just going to wet glue this on actually. So we'll just put some glue all around the whole edge, okay, like that. Okie dokie, right, let's just press that down, like that. Whoa dear, oh dear. Okay, right. Okay, so that looks super, super nice. And, you know, I might just finish it off with a bit of lace or, you know, a ruffle or something like that. But we'll come to that in a minute. Obviously, I'm still, would you believe, waiting for my pages to dry. They're nearly there. So, yeah, not a lot longer now. But while we're waiting, we could just decorate up the front. And I'm thinking we could use maybe one of our clusters that we made. Or we could make a big giant cluster, actually. Maybe a big giant one would be better, because it might look a bit lost otherwise. So let's cut out this big clock here. Haven't really made a big giant cluster before, I don't think, anyway. I don't know, sometimes you lose track of what you have done and what you haven't, to be honest. So yeah, I won't definitely say I haven't, but I don't feel like a big giant cluster is something I've overly done before. But yeah, I might be wrong, maybe I have. Okay, so I'm thinking this. And let's pick some paper to put behind it. Now, do we want something striking? No. Nope. Let's have a look and see what else we've got. Okay. Maybe, yeah, maybe just like, or do we want the green? Don't want the black. Let's just have a bit of this. So obviously my proportions are very different because I'm doing a giant cluster. So I kind of want a biggish piece of paper, I guess. Like that. Okay, and then do we want some book page behind? Yep. Let's just tear that down. Okay. Like that. Now, do we want to come smaller, and in which case do we want to come from the top or the bottom? I think we'll have to tear the bottom piece off actually. So let's go around there. And then, yeah, let's just kind of go in there like that. Now, what was it that I said would look really good? Oh, it was brown paper bag, wasn't it? Oh, again, I'm being really lazy and can't be bothered to dig out some brown paper bag now, which is just laziness on my part, to be fair. But, you know, sometimes that's just how we are, isn't it? Well, that's just sometimes how I am, I'll be honest. Maybe you are not like that at all. But, yeah, I'm just being really lazy. So, yeah. Right, let's get some lace. And, again, just go for the lace. Hopefully the lace will make up for the lack of brown paper bag. So, yeah, let's just kind of go for that. Oh, that doily's just lost there. Okay, that's a bit better, isn't it? About like that. Okay, right. Oh, my clock is now sideways on. Okay, right. Let's staple this. So I'm going to staple it in a couple of places because, of course, you know, I've got a few different elements going on. And then I'm going to ink it up before I glue, because once I glue it might be lumpy, you know, because hot glue can be a bit on the lumpy side once it's dry. So And again, this is that lace that I sprayed, I coffee sprayed it, so it's not like really white, but I will just ink it again because I want it, you know, I want the whole thing just really super grungy. So okay, my papers are finally dry enough, so yeah, that's good. So I'll move those to one side for a minute. Let's just glue this down in a few places just so it's nice and solid. So again, just go in under here like that, and then just around the, ooh, around the clock. Ooh, got glue seeping out, burning my fingers now. So let's just dab that glue off. Okay, yeah. Okie dokie, so that's all looking good. Now, did I use that other coffee dyed flower? I can't remember whether I did or not. The other day I had coffee dyed, aha, there we go. Because I'm thinking this would look very cute on this cluster. So let's just trim that down. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? I love how that looks. Right, let's just pop that on over that staple. Not that I mind staples at all. And I mean, of course, I have got another one showing anyway on this side, but yeah. Oh, I love how this looks. Isn't this looking gorgeous? Absolutely love it. Can you hear those birds outside? Making a lot of noise, aren't they? Okay, right. Let's just ink that up. Loving the giant cluster. Really, really love how that looks. So this journal, obviously, I might just want some lace or something down the side, or maybe a ruffle, because it looks a little bit boring, doesn't it? With nothing on the edge. Oh, that's quite nice. Yeah, that's quite nice. Let me just see whether I want any of the crochet lace anywhere. Again, I like this torn. Oops, didn't really tear as I'd hoped. So yeah, I prefer it a bit more torn than that. So like that. Oh, maybe up there. Yeah, maybe up there. Do we like the ruffle, or are we thinking the ruffle looks rubbish? I do like the ruffle, but actually maybe the ruffle would be better on this side. Yeah, because then I can have my cluster sort of over a bit. Otherwise the cluster was kind of in the middle, which is a bit weird. So I best bind this together first, because I'm thinking that once I've put the what's it called, the ruffle down, it's going to be tricky to get to. So yeah, let's just quickly fold this in again. Okay, so I'll just put that on there. And shall we see about having this one maybe even in the middle as the centre? Might be quite nice. What do we think? Yeah, quite like that as the centre signature, but I do need to trim it down because it's still quite wide. So yeah, I'll just take that down. Okay. Okay, right, looking good. So we're just going to bind this. Now, again, I've bound journals loads of times with you guys, so I probably don't really need to bind this with you. So I'll switch the camera off and I will bind it, and then we'll come back and we'll just quickly do those couple of bits and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so I'm back now and it's all bound, and yep, we've got a super cute, you know, very, very simple little journal here. So I just want to kind of decorate quickly the front cover with the cluster that we made, and I'm just going to put this little bit of traily lace up here, and yeah, I think we kind of thought the ruffle looked better over here on the, you know, next to the spine, didn't we? So let's do that first. So first of all, I'm going to glue the cluster down, and again, you know, just for speed, I'm going to just hot glue that down. Just makes everything so quick and easy. So like that. Okay, looking good. And then I think what we'll do is actually try one of the metal corners, which I know we use these on the cover. And I just love how they look, and because I really want this to look grungy and, you know, really like it's been pulled from the attic. So I'm thinking kind of, you know, this is really going to be a nice touch on here. So I'm just going to go around again with a bit more of the ink. Suppose we've got it really, really inky, really grungy, really, really scrumptious. Okay, and around the back as well. Okay, like that. And yeah, so I'm wondering if we want to have, like if we put this lace up here, whether we want to have a bit of lace coming out at the bottom where we're going to have the corner. So just see like this. I mean, I just always love lace, you know, everywhere and anywhere. Anywhere that we can have it is always going to be good by, you know, my books. Oh, what do we think? Or do we want just a small ruffle? No, I think it does need the ruffle, so let's put the ruffle on, and then we've committed to that. Okay, let's just check. I'm trying to see which is the right way up for the ruffle. I don't think it really matters, but let's at least try and have it the right way up. Okay, like that. Okay. Like that. Okie dokie. And then I'm just going to trim that ruffle off here. At the bottom. Okay, and then just check whether we prefer this bit of lace down here. And we could have the corner over there, or we could have the corner at the top, I guess. Oh, I prefer it that way round. Yeah. So sorry, it was out of frame there for a minute. Yeah, I prefer it that way round, and yeah, okay. So again, just going to hot glue this down and just apply the glue to the lace itself. So like that, and then just a bit, oops, a bit more glue here. Okie doke. Yeah, love how that looks. And the corner up here, yeah, that corner just kind of finishes it off just perfectly. So we'll just pop the corner down. I got these corners from eBay. I think they were from China. I've had some of these before that, weirdly enough, I had managed to get from a craft shop over here in the UK, not one that's near me. Sadly, I don't even think it probably exists anymore, but it was one that's near where my friend lives, which is kind of a couple of hours away from me. And I haven't been in there for about, oh gosh, about probably 7 years. So yeah, I don't even think that probably the shop's even in, you know, even open anymore. But yeah, I did love them. So I had a look to see if I could find some on eBay, and yeah, I did manage to get some on eBay, but I've got this funny feeling that they were from China. But I bought 2 packets because I thought, well, they're really nice. So yeah, I got a couple of packets. So okay, right. So that's how that's looking. It looks, oops, looks scrumptious, doesn't it? And then we've just made some clusters and things like that, which we're just going to put like at varying spots through the journal. Oh my goodness, how scrumptious does that look? I love how that looks. So again, I'm going to put them on like as tuck spots. And, you know, we talked about this. I really don't want this journal kind of becoming too elaborate or anything like that. It's going to just be a very simple, you know, very simplistic journal. So I just want to put the pieces down like that, and they will be, you know, my pockets and tucks. So, I mean, obviously this, it's, you know, it's not been inked up or anything like that. So I'll just quickly ink up the back. But these will be my journal cards. You know, I'm not going to be making kind of elaborate things to tuck in and, you know, pull out or anything like that, because I want it to just be, you know, an addition to the folio rather than the kind of main point or the main attraction, if you see what I mean. So that just looks absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? And then we'll go through, oops, I didn't ink this up, so let me just do that. Honestly, the things that we then kind of keep thinking, oh, I didn't do that, and didn't do that. Yeah, and I've just got some manuscript paper here that's been coffee dyed. I just tucked that in for some journaling space in there. And then we'll just go over, I don't want to have everything, you know, things on every page or anything like that. So we'll just kind of jump ahead and, oops, I'll get that page over. So yeah, what I might do is kind of just put another tuck at the back, and then I've got, you know, one more cluster that I can use somewhere else in it. So again, just pop a little dab of glue on there like that. And using the hot glue as well, it's quite good because it makes your clusters nice and sturdy. So, you know, they're really nice to be able to use as tucks and things because they're very, you know, they're very hardy now. They're very durable. So that's quite a sort of bonus for using the hot glue, to be honest. Okay, so that's another one there. And again, I can just, you know, ink this up and that will go into that pocket. Oops. Like that. Okie dokie. Oh dear. Just heard the front door go, so my son's just got in from school. So it's nearly time. Nearly my time's up. So okay, and that will just tuck in there. And then again, throughout the journal, I just want to have some kind of really basic kind of pockets and things. So all I'm going to use for that type of thing is, again, just cut out some of the, you know, the cute ephemera pieces. So like this, for instance. Oops. And I will just glue those in as pockets. So, you know, basically the whole journal is just going to be more of a, you know, a writing journal. It's not going to have tons of things bulking it out, you know, like a lot of them do. It's just going to be, yeah, a writing journal with just, you know, just a handful of like little pullouts and tuck spots and things. But on the whole, it's going to remain quite flat and, you know, be for, you know, predominantly journaling in. So yep, let's just quickly pop this one down here. So a bit of wet glue this time rather than the hot glue, you know, because this is just, you know, paper on paper, so we don't really need kind of to go all out with the hot glue. We can just pop that down there like that. Okie dokie. And so then again, you know, can just take a journal card from the kit to pop into there. So let's see, this one may be going to be too big, but we'll try it. Okay, and then like that. Okay, well, I don't think it's going to be too bad, so I'm just going to quickly ink around this. Yeah, this is Wednesday, and my husband has my daughter on a Wednesday, so I'm going to the cinema with my sons. Can't remember the name of the film that we're going to see, but it's with that Stanley Tucci and Colin Firth. So I promised my son that we'll go to the gym quickly. And yeah, then we're going to go to the cinema. I'm thinking this one here, I will just fold that in, just ink it down the fold, and on this fold here as well, and that will just tuck in like that. So it's just like a little fold out there. So I'm just going to carry on in the same vein throughout the journal. As I say, it's going to be a super basic journal. And then that's going to go into the folio. I don't know yet, like I say, whether I'm going to actually have it enclosed in the folio or whether it will just kind of, you know, sit on top. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, I'm loving how this is coming along. It just looks so pretty. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking this is going to be able to, you know, go in with elastic, but you know, stranger things have happened. We may come to the stage where actually it's not going to fit because it's, you know, become too bulky, but we'll see. So I hope that you like it, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.